Alright, little mic check 1 2. Good evening, everybody. Let me know how that's sounding. The music's too loud. I recorded a video earlier and the music was too loud. Can the music ever really be too loud? Get started in a second here. Alright, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome all. We got it's DWYZMU. That's a tough name to say. Climbing Viking in the house. Mincy, dude. See you, bro. See Mincy. How you doing, Mincy? What are you playing these days? Matt Shepard and Force, of course. Yeah, I'm pretty tired, fellas, but got a couple hours in me. Probably stream for 2-3 hours. Slowly keep the levels coming in. We're level 21 in the Barons right now. I'm still not really invested in this character at all. I don't know, like. But we're kind of getting to the level now where you start starting to care a little bit. You know, I got a carrion bird, that's pretty cool. That's about it. We have cheetah and stuff now. We're leveling this guy's survival. Oh yeah, I think once we get to... Oh, actually, bro. Turrets. Okay. That's actually kind of cool, man. We got deterrence. We have a no shit button. Quartz. I'll actually throw it on like a... Yeah. Live. Cast. Sequence. Aspect of the monkey deterrence. There you go. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, with monkey and deterrence, what it's like, what is deterrence again? Yeah, 25 dodge, 25 parry. You have 5% base dodge, 5% base parry. So you're at like 60% avoidance there. Then you have monkey for another 8. Like 68% avoidance. Then you have a bunch of agility for dodge. Looks like a little bubble. But it doesn't do anything against like spells and stuff. But... Alright, deterrence. Let me see. Next, probably just more entrapment, right? Frost trap, that's really what we're looking forward to. Does anybody off the top of the melon know when we get frost trap? I wanna say it's 30, just remembering that. I want to say it's 30 though. Still got. We don't. Oh, what's up, Caffeine? Good to see you, dude. It's at 34 on my all gray geared warrior. Yeah, I actually saw you on YouTube right before I went live. You were doing a solo stuff down thing. I'll pop in, but I was literally right after I pressed live. Good to see you, Caffeine. Appreciate you ordering the coffee, man. Glad you enjoy it. Yeah. Glad everyone's enjoying that. Cargos, what server you playing on, bro? I'm in doing this OnlyFangs thing on Doomhowl, and I'm doing this OnlyFangs thing, but not really at the same time because I'm still low level and I have meetings or everything. So maybe I'm not even in it anymore. I think I'm just like in stealth mode in OnlyFangs in the Discord showing. But yeah, I'm on now. I'm the guild coffee peddler. I'm the guild barista. That's what I do. I just make lattes for soda popping. I'll just make cortados for Mizkif. I'm working on my latte art for the horde symbol. How sick would that be if you could do that? Alright. Let's get our bearings here. We're in the Barrens, okay? Ishamuhale, we still have that. What do we have? Let's clean up this map. Ignition, that's not happening. I'm not going back up there. It's not happening. Apothecary Zama, not happening. Ishamuhale. Ishamuhale Chaboy. Did I not get Mancrick's wife? Yeah, I didn't get Mancrick's wife quest, okay. But we still have pretty much all of Southern Barrens and like a ton in Stone Talon to do. 21. Pretty comfy to do some Stone Talon stuff. Maybe we do that. Or, you know what? We could just heart the crossroads right now. Pick up Mancrick's wife. Do Ishamuhale. Do that.
Well met.
Let's do that. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hope you're having a good one. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Playing a little vanilla WoW.
Go.
Vibing in the Barrens. What haircut do you rock? I usually go for kind of like a little bit of like a messy faux hawk type of deal. I'm half Asian, half white, so pretty much got fucked up hair. But like recently, like I literally, like, you know when you're in these phases where you're into your looks and stuff like that, and you're kind of like being a little fuckboy and trying to impress people. I'm really not in that like mindset. Like I'm super bummy. Like I'm just grinding, man, trying to build this business. I like very ungroomed right now. Like
go forth to victory.
Basically have an afro right now. But
strength and
usually I try to go for the faux hawk.
Dabu.
When you're going pro on pickleball, and I'm trying, dude. Where I'm at right now, it's hard. I'm pretty much trying to grind through like the 5-0 bracket.
That better be good.
Yeah, it's going alright. I'm playing on a Moneyball tournament on Sunday. I'm really hoping we can win that. That would be huge. I think we have a good shot. Like, there's only one other team that really is like that we're nervous about. And if we win, you get 1K, which is pretty nice.
What can I help you with? Gra. Go forth to victory. May your blades never die.
Game volume a little high, mic volume a little low. Okay, gotcha. Oh, baby, War Chief's Blessing. Oh, Ishnu, oh, Daldieb. Nothing like a little WCB. Get the blood flowing. Game volume definitely too high. Oh, you mean like all of it? Not even, like I just need to slide this bad boy down, huh? Like this? Better? Better? And easy clap? Yeah. Okay. Apothecary's, okay, we need to flat a ratchet. Let's do Ishamuhale. Ishamuhale Chaboy. Because that's actually a good quest to do. Super long chain.
Strength and honor.
Let's do it real quick. Let's go. What's up? Sip that lean. Sip that lean. How you doing, Sip that lean? You sipping that lean? Sipping that purple stuff? Actually, never tried lean. Never tried lean. Not even a sip. I mean, I've had Robitussin before when I've had a cough. Is that what it tastes like? Never tried lean. No, I didn't know you streamed. Thank you for all the YouTube vids on Hunter. Helped me a lot as a new player. 2i2i. Oh, no problem, man. That's a lot of new names in here. I've sipped before, but I'm mostly a fraud. Just a gamer tag from high school. Ah, yes. Don't worry. We've all have the cringe gamer tags from years past. Let's just embraced it and rocked it out. Yeah. I've confessed to my stream before all my cringe gamer tags from over the years. Probably the most cringe one being X space unstable space X, and the S is a 5. But you know, I was in 6th grade and it was Halo 2, and you know what, man? You guys probably had a cringe name too. It's all good. Okay, let's get a fresh zebra carcass. Nothing like some fresh zebra. Just play lacrosse. I used to be Lax Guru. Oh, that's not even bad, dude. That's not even bad. You know what vanilla WoW of messaging was, though? I don't know if that makes sense. Is honestly, dude, AOL Instant Messenger. AIM kind of hit different. Like it was. I don't know if it was in the context of its time, similar to like how vanilla was. But am I remembering this right? Wasn't AIM like super fun? Just like how it all worked. Like you would come home from school, and you know you're logging to AIM, and you have dial-up internet, right? And you just like go check your friends list, and you got a couple cute girls on your friends list, and you're seeing their like status updates and stuff, right? And you know, maybe one messages you. You're trying to play it cool and stuff like that. And you're checking all the cute girls' Zanga pages, and maybe you message your buddy and say, "Hey man, you want to go to the deli? I'll see you at the deli. We can go get like a bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup. Maybe an Arizona iced tea or a Sobe drink. Maybe we'll go to the pizza spot, get 5 garlic knots for $1, or maybe we'll go to the Chinese spot, get $1 chicken, $1 rice. I'll take my Razor scooter and meet you over at the Chinese spot. We can get some crab rangoons. We can get some boneless spare ribs and some pork fried rice, and then we'll go over to Chris's house and we can go play some WoW. Man, that sounds good right about now. What the fuck? This isn't pickleball. Were you there the other day, Sigma, when I streamed that? That was kind of fun, man. I was kind of. Oh shoot, yo, whom are the Pride Lord boys? I actually kind of want that as a pet, bro. Murdered out cat. I'm not even a cat enjoyer, but this is kind of doing it for me. Green eyes, sheesh, bro. This is the Tesla of pets right now. This is the Cybertruck. This is like the Lotus Elise right here. I can't get it yet though. I'm not gonna kill him though. Maybe we get 23, we come back and tame him. Major 90s kid nostalgia, love it. Do it, man. All his ladies come, don't they? Yeah, probably. Dude, is he just surrounded by bitches? Is he just surrounded? He's just in a harem of lion bitches? Damn. Umar really got it like that, dude. The Pride Lord. Oh man, he's got all of his people just laid out, just surrounding him. Man, it'd be Umar. I'm gonna kill him by then. There are 10 layers anyway, so he shouldn't be hard to get. Are there really 10 layers? That's my favorite car, bro. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Good to see you, Bromenda. He's got matriarchs and patriarchs. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah. Thoughts on the Cybertruck, guys? Thoughts on the Cybertruck, on the Tesla Cybertruck? I live in California, so it's like every 8th car is a Tesla Cybertruck. I have mixed feelings about them. I don't want to lead the pastor here, but I think they actually look kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. I think they look pretty cool. Not really so much stock, like right out of the factory off the lot. Like they look a little bit kind of, you know, mid, but people do some crazy stuff to them. Like some of the rim and tire kits you can get. I've seen some crazy looking Cybertrucks now that are pretty sick. You guys don't like it? I mean, a lot of my friends joke around and call them like trash cans and stuff like that. Like they look like a trash can. Like Do y'all do tea or just coffee? We do tea. Yeah, we do tea as well. Right now it's just bagged tea. You know, I get good tea from the market, but it's just bags of tea. But I'm hoping to expand into, you know, brewed tea. So everything is freshly made, freshly brewed. And you know what the real game changer is, man? You can actually use your espresso machine and you can use your coffee equipment to make tea. You don't actually have to have any additional equipment. So you can actually lock into the portafilter loose tea leaves and just manually pull the shot and brew it through the portafilter. It's kind of wild. I did not think it was real, but I saw a boba spot near me that's really successful. And I was sitting there sipping my boba and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What? Like, I never realized this. They all have coffee machines everywhere. Like, they literally have espresso machines. This is a boba spot. They don't even do coffee here. Like, what is this? So I asked them, and they're like, yeah. We actually brew our tea through these. And they, like, customize their espresso stuff. It's all plumbed in and stuff. But, yeah, it actually makes banging tea. I have an Indian friend, and he was explaining to me, you guys know chai? Like, you know, like a chai tea latte? You know, the chai tea latte that you get at Starbucks or at Pete's or wherever, or even at my shop right now, like, it's just pumps of chai syrup, you know, like Torino chai syrup. But that's not actually how Indian people do chai. It's all got like the fresh spices in it, and it's like chai is kind of special to the Indian people. Like, they almost treat it like coffee. Like, they get a little bit spiritual about the chai based on what this guy was saying. He's like, and he was saying that, you know, Indian people, like, they almost, like, midday after working for a while, like, they crave chai, and like they'll get in line and they want the fresh chai. And like, it's kind of, you know, just what coffee, I guess, is like to us in the West, or maybe what the you know, what matcha is to Japanese people and the whole tea ceremony and that. Indian people are kind of like that with chai. So anyway, he had fresh chai, like, in a bag. I think he made it, and we tried it out, and we pulled it through my espresso machine. I pulled up my cafe right next to his house, and we brewed it through the portafilter, and we ran the shot. And I wanted to see, like, how it was, if it was, like, authentic, if it was flavored enough, you know, because I don't know, it tasted good to me. And he was like, yeah, this is really good. This is really good. And what actually happens is you pull the chai, and then it basically just creates a concentrate. Like, it was very, very strong, the chai that I pulled through the espresso machine. And then you just take a bit of that concentrate and you mix it with the milk, and not even all of it, you know, and that creates the chai. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool that you can use espresso equipment to make tea. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? That's right, bro. That's a pretty cool looking. That would be a cool looking pet. Troll with a raptor. Is that not like so sick? Should I get this guy? I kind of want to get this guy. He looks so cool. Yeah, raptors are kind of bad, but I don't really care. And he matches my afro. Bro, this pet would look so cool next to me, no? No? Dude, he matches me perfectly. Okay. I'm gonna get him as a pet. I never got him as a pet before. Not even good. Raptors can't even dash. For the RP? RP. Okay. How do I do this? Can I still get zebra carcasses? I can. Oh, yes, dude. Oh, yes, dude. I can just summon them again right now. Oh, you know what sucks, though? He's not going to have Warchief Blessing. My pet has Warchief Blessing. 300 hit points, 15 haste. Oh, man, but it's for the RP, though, and it looks so cool, though. Alright, fuck it. Fuck it. We're doing it. Doing it. Sure. All it comes out here speed running anyway. Okay, that hyena might aggro. Second, he's gonna walk right into my trap. God damn it, and I have no pet. Oh, no, fine. Alright, buddy. Alright, come here, buddy. Here, buddy. Went all the way to Westfall for that bird. Yeah, true. But honestly, man, this is meant to be. Look how cool this raptor looks. Like, this actually makes me like this character a lot more. I'm a big branding type of guy. Look at this. This is correct. This is just the correct pet. If you're a troll hunter, this is the correct pet. If you're a troll hunter with red afro, you have to get this pet. Nothing else looks more appropriate. Pet. Like, what else would it be with a troll, you know? Like, they ride raptors, you know what I mean? It's like orcs with wolves. RP win. Alright, now we have to be careful, though, because our pet is not strong, and points, and even have max rank growl, and we have War Chief Blessing. Whoa, dude. My raptor doesn't want to eat a fish? Dude, is that real life? You're telling me a raptor wouldn't eat a fish? Pretty sure IRL raptors ate fishes. Welcome back to streaming, bro. What's up, Banavator? I remember you, actually. Eater? Only meat, eh? Funny enough, my daughter keeps telling me to make a troll hunter and tame a raptor. Aw, that's so cute. So cute. Okay. See if I have any meat. I have a plain strider kidney. I'll eat a plain strider kidney. Nope, doesn't want an intestine. What a picky ass raptor, bro. You won't even eat it like a kidney? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with it? It's a perfectly good kidney. Basically, chicken liver. It's from a plain strider. Bougie ass raptor, bro. What are you trying to eat? What are you trying to eat, man? Meat? That's it? No bread, no fungus, nothing? You only eating meat? Bro. My raptor is too bougie. Oh my god. He's on a strict zebra diet. Give him the drumstick. You have some meat in the 4-slot bag. Oh, you're right. Haunch of meat. Good looking out, man. Good looking out. Some raptor meat. Yeah, feed him his own people. Cannibalize his own people. Alright, we're good now. Thank you for that. Oh, okay. Gotta get this guy to level 20 ASAP though, so we can get the next rank. Dude, I'm already I'm like 20% more attached to this character now. Dude, look how cool this looks. It's so matching. Should I use this guy all the way to 60? This pet? I feel like I must. Ishmael, yeah, that empty. Make sure the kidney. Go Campty now. Or Stone Talon, as Bobka would say. Los Stone Talon. Goblin Invaders. That's kind of a dang. This is all iconic. So I'm just gonna chill. Oh, isn't there like some good bracers or something from here? Check.
Do I have a deal for you? Have a good one, friend.
Have a good one. Owl bracers. Not great, but better than starting zone bracers. 5 inch, like, pretty fun. Take those. I still had starting zone bracers. That's how little I gave a fuck about this character so far. That I never upgraded my starting zone bracers. My god.
Keep it real.
I am washed. I love using Dino all the way. Yeah, that... Man, if they're gonna put dual spec in the game, can you give Raptors dash?
Time is money, friend.
Like, that's just a straight up oversight.
Hurry back.
There's nothing you can tell me that, like, why Raptor shouldn't use dash. Like, they literally forgot. Because it's just like a weak pet. Like, because it doesn't have dash, it's just like unplayable. I mean, not that it makes that much of a difference, you know, but you know what I mean. It's just kind of annoying that it doesn't Yo! Wait. Wait. Wait, we have 130 on Twitch? In like 10 minutes? How? And we got a Prime or something. I think. It hosted? Online? Says I got a Prime. It's shaned. Subscribed with Prime Gaming. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. The long lost piece of ancient WoW history. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Appreciate it. I can buy. How many Costco hot dogs can I buy with them? How many Costco glizzies can I glaze? $6. Like 2.5. I can drink like I can drink infinite soda. Hey bro, I activated the bots. Oops, that was meant to be a DM. Oh no, feel free, Matt Shepard. If you got them, bro, send them over, man. Beep boop. You'll be back to a 1K Andy soon. I wish, man. Actually, I don't know if I wish. Kind of chill. Yeah, that. And the JW Dolan. What layer are you on? I'm not sure. I don't have that. I don't think I have that add-on. Global World Buff, is it? What's your favorite item in WoW? Favorite item in WoW. Favorite item in WoW? That's a good question, dog. It's too broad. You can't just pick one because are you talking like an actual weapon? Are you talking a piece of gear? Or are we talking strictly like, you know, you'd have to define it out. Like, favorite consumable? I don't know, dude. It's so hard, actually. Too many. Long John Mud Snapper is yours? Adrathul? Yeah, as far as weapon, that's up there for sure. I mean, I love BRE, dude. It looks so bad, but it is so fun, man. It happened to me one time that I got Bone Reaver Edge early in the server. It's pretty much like everyone's living in the Bronze Age and someone handed you a fucking AK-47, dude. That's how it feels. Like, people are walking around with, like, bows and arrows, and you just show up with, like, a 50 cal. You start mowing people down, bro. They're hitting you with their... Oh, that's a great item to get, but let me think. I mean, I'm thinking simple, like ice cold milk is really up there for me. Just really simple. One of the first things I think of. It always sounds nice, like just a little ICM, a little ice cold milk, maybe some melon juice. That's up there too. And there's so many good items, man. Like I like the way wool cloth looks, like the icon of it. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. Like being the first hunter with rock. Dude, Rockdalar though, it is cool. It is still really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it is still really cool. Like you get a purple thing, and it's early in the server. But Rocket, I'm just traumatized from Deviant Delight. I was next up for Rockdalar for weeks and weeks. Like I'm not even kidding, bro. Like maybe 8 weeks straight is my guess of what it was. 0 fucking dropped in 8 weeks. That's probably why I quit Deviant Delight, man. Come to think of it. Like, I'm just low-key seething as these disgusting fucking priest eyes are just dropping, like... Just dropping every week. Oh, yeah, like, all the priests have it. Okay, well, I guess, you know... And I just, like, didn't get Rockdalar. And I know, I mean, I had, like, you know, Bloodseeker and stuff, but... Yeah, that's the thing, man. Rockdalar is good, but it's not that much better than Bloodseeker. It's just slightly better. And then sometimes you're already thinking about BWL. But that's probably just the smartest play. is honestly take nothing and tell your guild all I want is Adratul. Really don't have to give me anything. Give me Adratul. Because, you know, if you start trying to collect all the T1, like Giant Stalker stuff, it doesn't even work, man. Like, the only way that works is if your guild leader is loot counseling it and they go, this hunter is getting every single piece of tier 1 until he's 8 of 8. Don't even fucking talk to me if you want Giant Stalker. Don't be a greedy little bitch. We're giving all of our Giant Stalker to one guy because this shit is like really finicky to drop, and like by the time BWO comes, like we'd be lucky if we can get the A piece on this guy. Like, if your hunters are all trying to get Giant Stalker, no one's getting 8 out of 8 Giant Stalker. You know, it's, you know, I've just been there so many times. Like, how many times have you guys played Hunter? You're in a guild, right? And you just, all the hunters are just in like clown suit gear with just like off pieces of Giant Stalker and like mixed match hodgepodge. Like, nah, man, just give one guy the Giant Stalker. You know, you can just go get the PvP gear. You can just go get Knight Lieutenant gear, whatever. You could be the only, yeah. No, that's actually the based way to do it. You just give one guy all the Giant Stalker, and you just honestly agree. You just agree, like, kind of who's gonna get what, you know? You just agree who's gonna get what. Okay, this is actually a really dangerous spot that I'm in, right? And my pet is weak. I have to be like super careful, actually. Really don't want to die. If I die, I think I'm actually done. Like, was just onlyfangs with all of it. Oh my god, bro. Because I just don't know if I'll even have the time to re-level at this point. Even though I'm only 21, I feel like I've been this guy for a while. But it's okay, we're not gonna die. Can't be negative. Positive. Not dying. We're talking about loot. Yeah, let me think about it. The best way to do loot, if in a hunter, I can speak on the hunter perspective a lot, like most. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. Another consideration too is tier 2, right? The helm, it drops in Oni like kind of frequently. There's usually not that many, so you'll be able to pick one of those up. So if you commit the tier 1. Okay, I guess this is where I'm going. I've made that mistake multiple times where you say you're going to get 8 of 8 tier 1. You never end up getting it, and you end up having to pass on tier 2 like helmet and legs and stuff over and over again because you're the tier 1 guy. You know what I mean? It's actually, it's gross. It's a gross spot to be in. It's gross. I think if you have to do it all over again and you're a hunter and you're going to play on a server, you just say, like, I would like Adratul, please. Just please put me in line for Adratul. What's up, Nikos? How you doing, man? You die, just roll the Chad faction alliance and have the smelly horde stuff. Okay, I was going to make a video on this, actually. What faction is more fun? I know it's very subjective, but I bet you a lot of people here have played both at this point. Like, many times, probably. And what faction, when you think about everything, and you think about how much you played this game, and replayability, and, you know, burnout, and just getting sick and tired of seeing the same places, or whatever comes to mind for you, right? What faction is more enjoyable to play? When you just think about life, day-to-day life in Azeroth, getting around the world, which one's more convenient, which one, you know, or I actually think it's Alliance. I think Alliance is just like more fun. It's more convenient. I think Horde, just the color palette of it all. It gets Wait, is this the rare guy we need? It's kind of sort of like gets old a little bit. If you're, you know, day to day, you're seeing the Barons and Durotar and Thunderbluff and you're staying on this side of Kalimdor, and then getting the Eastern Kingdoms as Horde is pretty annoying. You know, you have to set Hearthgar Gath, and I feel like the maneuverability is like a little bit worse on Horde. Whereas Alliance, you know, you can port to, you know, with NG you can port to Gadgetzan, right? Or Winterspring, but like those are both Kalimdor, and that's really nice. You know, and then you have your Hearth or something else. I don't know, everything from just consumables, like where you farm them. If you're a warlock, like where you farm soul shards, just day-to-day life, like convenience and all that. I think Alliance has it better. Or just so red monotonous. That's kind of what I'm saying, yeah. Alliance leveling is more complex, but also more immersive. Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, early Alliance leveling, like 1 to 30, is... I say this treading lightly. It is better than the Horde leveling. But people are also... I don't like saying the Horde leveling is bad. It's not. Like, the Barons, I like the Barons, man. Yeah, it's big and flat and stuff, but it's also, like, pretty nice and peaceful and beautiful in its own way. I don't like nighttime Barons, though. Might be a hot take, but this looks kind of sickly green to me. I don't think the Barons is that bad. Like, people say, oh, nighttime Barons, such a vibe, you know, maybe it's the crickets. But it looks pretty sickly and weird. And you know what? Private servers didn't look like this. It's something about the classic client. Private servers, it didn't used to look sickly green. I'm telling you. It was still kind of, you know, more, you know, kind of more beige. Horde leveling is very linear. Yeah. Yeah, Alliance, I mean, Alliance have such amazing quests, and like, yeah, those zones are... I mean, the Barrens is really cozy. I think Stone Talon is really cozy as well. I think Thousand... And then all the zones are beautiful, dude. But, like, Alliance has the edge with the coziness for me. Like, man. Elwind on Moreau, obviously. I think Red Ridge is really... Every time I go to Red Ridge, I am, like, absolutely vibing. Like, that zone, probably more than any other zone, Red Ridge Mountains, for me personally, it's like a trigger in my brain when I go to Red Ridge. I remember weird things when I'm in Red Ridge Mountains. Like, I'll remember, you know, begging my mom to use her credit card so I could buy Jonah's leveling guide. And, like, you know, looking at the PDF for the first time in Red Ridge Mountains. I remember... Yeah. I just remember there, like, actually being back in vanilla, like, just grinding there at my Dwarf Paladin. Spent a lot of time there. Like, going, you know, peeking into... What is it, Burning Steps above you, or Searing Gorge? Searing Gorge, right? You guys remember that? You're in Red Ridge, right? And you don't really know how the world works and how everything's connected yet. But you kind of, like, just peek your head into the next level area and look around for a second. Like, it's kind of, like, really fascinating. And see all the skull mobs and just, like, look around. Burning Steps, yeah. I remember seeing Red Ridge for the first time and having to turn back because I aggroed the spiders. I mean, that flight path from Stormwind to Ironforge, goated flight path. That, they knew what they were doing with that one, right? Like, that's straight up art in motion. Like, it's the way they designed that flight path. There was some real artistry in it. Like, they really wanted people to feel, like, flabbergasted and amazed, and for the world to seem massive. That's the thing. Like, at this point, we're pretty much incapable of seeing, like, our brains are just fried with this game. Like, we know every single zone and how it's connected. But it would be interesting to see someone who never played the game before, you know, to get on that flight path for the first time and see how they feel about it. See, how does the world feel to them, you know? I mean, maybe one day if my kids play this game, maybe that's the strat. You don't tell them. Don't tell them anything. You let them explore it, and just so you can get, like, a fresh take on all of it. But the game just hit totally different when things weren't all discovered. You know what I mean? Or that like mystery really there's a lot of immersion. We did a Tyler one. Wait, Tyler one never played WoW before? What's his deal? I know he was a League player. Jack League. This town in WoW, non-capital. Ooh, I like this question. Yeah, keep the good questions coming, guys. 172 people into a chat. That's insane. That's crazy. Welcome, guys. Best town in WoW, non-capital. Okay. Let's think about this. Non-capital. What are the contenders? Gadget Sand, pretty cool, but it's not edgy enough. It is pretty cool though, man. It reminds me of like Star Wars, Dune Wars, Racer out in the desert, kind of Tatooine, lawless type of, you know, that's what they're going for. Pretty cool. But I don't think it's Gadget Sand. Let's think about this. Stonard. I really like the look of Stonard. Just being deep in the swamp, like in the mud, it feels like some like forward operating base, like, you know, deep in the swamp, and they're like down bad on supplies, and it's all, you know, muddy and rainy and dark. And... but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that easy. Non-capital town. What are our options, guys? What are the options? Booty Bay, true. Booty Bay is pretty freaking cool, man. Big shark mouth and that Brazil-looking statue of the goblin, like that. Yeah, Booty Bay is really cool. The guards, all those neutral towns are pretty cool, but it feels too simple of an answer. Shadow Prey and Desolate. Theranos, oh yeah. There's gonna be. We'll know it when we think about it. Look at the map. Thoughts on Ratchet? Ratchet's pretty cool. It's too normal. It's something. Zara, anything there? Zara's kind of not really. Desolate, Shadow Prey, Nigel Point. Wetlands, anything cool? I mean, Enithil Harbor is a really cool area. Ungoro. Swallow. Stone Tower. Philippus. Freewind Post. You know, elevated outpost. I don't know. Hinterland. On the coast, that troll village, Raven Tusk. You try the minigame where you guess locations in WoW. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Fargo's favorite city of music is, of course, Gnomeregan. Honestly though, dude, the Duskwood town's pretty sick too. You know, with the whole scripting with Stitches and all that. Like, if you're like a spooky Halloween type vibe enjoyer, like in, you know, Headless Horseman, Ichabod Crane. If you're like a spooky boy, like that's an option. Honestly, that town's pretty like picturesque in a way, you know. The hardcore Discord still up at running. You ever talk to Nom Nom and running? I think it's still running, but I think it's dead, man. I think it's pretty dead. Like, not many people are using it. Elsamar and Lochmadon, true. Rainy Lochmadon is one of my favorite vibes in the game. You know what I was thinking of doing the other day? Maybe it sounds stupid, but oh my god, Raptor, can you stay alive, please? I was thinking about doing shorts, reels, shorts, whatever you call them, and I want to record the game, like each zone. So you do a tribute short or reel to each zone in the game in vanilla, right? But you try to get the most insane computer, someone who can record in like 40k frames per second, or just insane computer, make the game look as amazing as possible. You basically do sound engineering, visual engineering, make the game look super good, and you get all the the most iconic and nostalgic locations in each zone, and you just make a little short in tribute to that zone. And essentially what you're trying to accomplish is somebody watches that short of that zone and it just like transports them, like they watch it and it just completely scratches that itch. It is that zone perfectly encapsulated in like a 1 minute little clip. Because I would personally even use that. Like if I could just go watch something and like maybe I hadn't played WoW in a while. You know what I mean? And I just watched something on Westfall or the Barrens. Airy Peak. Airy Peak in Hinterlands. Yeah. Darkshire does go hard. My favorite memory was running stockades with you and some other folks back in 20 hardcore early days. I was a lock. We ended up wiping. That's cool, man. Yeah. Frogger's looking good, bud. Remember tuning into GMA in 2018. Good to see you're doing well. Cheers. What's up, Frogger? Thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah. It freaks me out, guys, that all of you guys love dual spec. It's haunting me. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. It's not that I hate you guys for it. It's not one of those type of things where I'm gonna like, but you guys really like it. Like you really like it. Like that's not a joke. Like I mean, it is widely embraced. Most people, and I can kind of just get a sense of it based on like what percentage of comments are positive or negative. Most people think vanilla WoW, our game, our baby, the game of our generation, the game of our life, the game that was the game, not just a game, is a better game than dual spec. That's just so wild, dude. Like, I wish the consensus was, I'm enjoying dual spec right now. It's a nice, refreshing change of pace. We haven't really had a server in vanilla with it, so it's kind of a cool thing to try out. But no, people are gung-ho about it. They're like, yo, best change ever. Yeah, I wish there was tri-spec. Yeah, it's the best. Vanilla is a better game. Like you guys, the people are just doubling down on it, and it's weird. It's weirding me out. Do you not like it? It's not that like. It's not the worst thing ever. I don't know, dude. It's actually kind of up there as one of the worst things ever. Like I'll tell you guys have heard me go off about the new ranking system, right? It bothers me more than that. But I don't know, man. I mean, it's one of those things too. Like I tried the new ranking system, and I can see it being fun as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's kind of it's fun in a way, in a different way. The old ranking system is fun, and I've talked at length about that. The new ranking system is fun as well, but I still do believe the old ranking system is better. And the dual spec, like, you're just one of those players that's always gonna bitch. So man, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty optimistic overall though about things. Like I usually try to make the best of a situation, like cup half full type of thing. I'm usually always having a good time at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, I feel like over time I've gotten bitchier about this game, but I think that's in part to Blizzard making more and more changes. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I made a video today, right? And I was basically saying that the ecosystem we have right now for vanilla and classic, there's not much to bitch about because it's pretty close to what at least I always wanted. Cyclical servers, vanilla, TBC coming after, probably Wrath coming after, and just like the trilogy on repeat. Blizzard embracing fresh, because Blizzard did not always embrace fresh. You guys remember, right? Summer 2019 Classic, Blizzard, fundamentally, there was a disconnect. They didn't understand their own game. They didn't understand what's appealing about this game, and they were anti-fresh. They literally were anti-fresh, and they were anti-server migration to the complete fault. Like, they thought it was the worst thing ever for people to transfer off a server. They've since, you know, changed their position on all that, and now kind of like see the appeal in fresh. It was not always the case. You guys remember Summer 2019 Classic? Blizzard didn't... Oh, dude. They need Claymore of the Monkey. That's a good item. Reminds me of Brawl Stars. Trying to get a high roll on greens. But you guys remember 2019 Classic where Blizzard didn't even know the gold mine that they had, and in order to play Classic WoW, you had to basically... You didn't even have a spot on a launcher. You had to go to the retail WoW client and then click a little drop down box and then switch it over to vanilla. And it was like a super janky user experience to even just like log into Classic. And there was like 5 servers. Yeah. I remember that. Carter's purist, to be honest, before I even watched the video, I knew what your opinion would be. Man, I mean, I really mean it though, Matt Shepard. Like, I'm not trying to be a hater. I truly have the game's best interest at heart. I promise you. I'm not just trying to bitch and moan for no reason. I genuinely believe that dual spec can be, you know, it is convenient and it can increase fun. Like, I hear you on that. Like, can. But to say that it just improves, like almost like it should have been in vanilla this whole time. Like, vanilla is just a better game if it had dual spec. It just doesn't sit right with me, man. Like, I feel like we need to just like embrace it, the perfectly imperfect nature of it, and just like put a bow on it, never touch it, and like, it's a masterpiece, it's goated, it's up in its own tier. All of our efforts to try to like make it better, you know, can make it better in a way, but that formula is proprietary and like time tested, and I'm not gonna sit here and say this is better. You know what I mean? But people are just, they're like, you guys are just loving the dual spec, loving it. All these healer Andys. What do you expect? I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse because I've been talking about it a lot, but I will tell you one thing you probably aren't expecting. You lose that unapologetic feeling of vanilla. Remember, it's what people always say, right? They like being just the dude on the street. You're not the hero. You're not the champion of Azeroth. You're not an old god. Nobody gives a fuck about you. You're literally just like walking around in a diaper. You're just a hunter. You're not the hunter. Just a peasant. And the world doesn't care about you if you disconnect. You know, you have no leverage in this world. And that's the vibe. You know, the world is brutal and kind of like that's just like how the game dual spec makes it feel like you're in control. You're in the driver's seat. You press a button, you just get a new specialization. The game's like kind of catering to you, you know? You're a special snowflake in the game. You're not just a hunter. You're a champion. Yeah. So I mean, that's more of like, oh, that's part of it. I think that actually matters more than you think. I really do. I think it matters more than you think. But yeah, I don't know. I just like I try to think about the class balance. All rogues. So who here is playing the multi-life server? What do they call it? Night Slayer? The multi-life anniversary realm. Anybody playing that? Oh, these guys, hardcore slayers of the barons. Marcus Bell. I love it. should have been 1,000 gold to get dual spec. Anniversary ROMs go to. Okay. You guys are. First of all, can I ask you? Let's just start at the basics. Is there a lot of active world PvP on that server, and is there like a ranking community? Like, are there people that are into it, and the participation is really high? Blah blah blah. And you're going to Blackrock Mountain, and there's just like a healthy amount of ganking, and it's just like not toxic, and it's just great. Like, no world PvP. You can find world PvP. Sure. The toxic amount of ganking. So you're telling me though, dude, all the rogues in world PvP are full sub with prep and 2 blinds and just the full final form cringe rogue PvP package. That's what you're telling me, bro. Every rogue that you come into contact with is a disgusting deep sub prep emo double blind, no DR, double vanish, double sap, double everything. Yo, what's up, Ren? Cognito? Doing alright? You the Oh yes, I was yes, good to see you. My fellow OnlyFangs guildie. Good to see you, Ren. Yeah. I'm in the Discord. I'm technically in the OnlyFangs Discord, but I haven't done much in the guild. Sorry, I'm in. Oh no, it's all good, Ren. Are you new to WoW in general, or have you played for a while? Sorry, I'm kind of like disconnected. WoW world, that took a long. Sometimes you get the rogue, sometimes the rogue gets you. PvP is just so cringe, and since I'm not 14 years old, I wouldn't call the PvP server, but I have not played since. Yeah, I'm trying to think about it too from the PvE perspective. So if you're a PvEer, you're playing on the PvE server, and you have 2 specs to choose from. So what are the PvEers doing? They have 1 farming spec and then 1 raiding spec. What it is? Is that the setup? So let me think about this. Yeah, think about this. 1 solo, 1 raid. ES Ruin cannot solo. ES Ruin, SM Ruin. Ironically, I'll go into Warsong Gulch and Warriors. We'll be dual wield Fury. Like, what the fuck are we checking for? Yeah. I'm just trying to think about what you lose with the dual spec, with dual spec, you know. I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. You guys are tripping a little bit. You don't feel me at all. Like the idea that you're a giga nerd PvE degen no life loser. I've been there myself. And you have all this sick PvE gear because you're, you know, your daddy's favorite in the guild. And you're putting all your time into PvE, and you can click 1 fucking button and be in full PvP min-max spec. Like, it's not supposed to work like that. You know, you get the the PvEers, like, they, you know, there's that barrier to entry for them where they can't, they have to respec, and like that's not worth their time. Like, they're not going to go to the trainer, respecs, redo all their binds, do all that. Like, they just exist over on the PvE side of things, and there's some sort of like barrier to entry for them to go into PvP, you know. And if you're a PvPer, I don't know, man. I just something's weird there. It feels weird. There's usually this separation between rankers and PvEers. And some people, if they're no-lifing it like crazy, you can kind of do both. But I'm just imagining this world where, you know, PvE rogues get weapons early, and then they click 1 button and they're just like monster mashing in PvP. I don't know. Rested XP is against the OS, by the way. Aren't you the Arrested XP grifter? I don't know if you're trolling, bro, but yeah, Arrested XP was is a totally legit company. Never scammed anybody. I was part of it for a few years. It was a passion project. I don't think anybody in the chat here watching has ever regretted any money they spent on Arrested XP. It's actually a fucking awesome guide and an awesome project, and I was really happy to play a role in making it, and really never scammed anybody. Weirdo. And the guy, I think he's just trolling. I resonate with your point about identities better without dual spec. That too. Yeah. I mean, because that is part of the appeal on vanilla, right? Where like you're known as a certain type of shaman or a certain type of warrior. I don't know, man. I feel like you guys, some of you guys in the chat would be able to articulate this better than me. But there is some sort of pride in that. That big barrier that stopped you, because it's not just the gold, guys. It's setting up the bars and stuff too. It's setting up the binds and the bars. Every time you respec, you need to go recombobulate your whole UI. You know what I mean? So that stops a lot of people from respecking into, like, you know, deeper prot or whatever, right? And it kind of adds more character to your character if you are like a deeper prot warrior, you know, and you're you know, you do take defiance or something, right? And like it's like, how do you articulate it? You know, if you take some of these utility talents for the betterment of the group or the raid or whatever, it means more, because that's, you know, that's kind of what you've committed to. Or if you are a healer under these circumstances where there are higher barriers to being able to just press a button and do whatever you want, it means more that you're a healer. You're more valuable. It's more interesting. There's more character. There's more identity to your character. And like I said before, there are certain specs, like I can talk on the hunter perspective a lot, where, you know, if I hit 60 right now, I would be, you know, going entrapment spec, I'd be going sure-footed, and even if I got all the hit and I was already hit capped and stuff, like I would just vibe out as like this survival spec for a while, just because it's a great balance that I can hold my own out in PvP, out in the open world. You know, like it's a great PvP spec. It's damn near optimal for PvP, and I can still raid just fine, maybe missing a few percentile points of power. And you basically choose to be a little bit suboptimal on both ends, but you're saving a ton of gold in the process. Does that make sense? And I bet you there's other specs like that too, but it removes that from the equation as well. You know? I don't know, it's all of it, man. You guys not feel me on the idea too that like it makes you more of a champion, like you're more of a, it feels like the world is shaping itself to your beck and call. I press a button and the world changes around me. Like I can just be a different thing with one click of the button. It doesn't feel like vanilla. I don't know. Hunter is sick in vanilla. Alex Simps are the weirdest, to be honest. Jeez, man, find a better hero. I like dual spec purely for the ability to differentiate people. Spec. What is this resolution? Are we gigawatt? Yeah, we're ultra wide. Ren. You go by Ren or Rencog or Rencognito or Nito or Cog. I play Priest and I have a raid disc and hybrid PvP. Or some gold shop raid discs. Spec is a. All I'm saying, guys, is that's part of the balance of vanilla. Bro, let me, I have to get this out before I forget it because I'm a goldfish. That's part of the cool thing about vanilla is the balance. Like, so, you know how people have made the case, right? That 112 is the most balanced version of WoW to ever exist, or one of the best, right? I make that case. I personally believe that, but I'm obviously really biased and I haven't played tons of versions of the game, and I don't have like an amazing mind for game design and all this type of stuff, but I genuinely believe that. One, because the main reason why is that it's not as much about the talents and everything like that, because there's all the consumes and buffs and all that, right? The buffs, consumes, gadgets, gizmos, NG trinkets, all this type of stuff, right? You're cycling through trinkets like crazy. That all of that is able to balance everything out more. But also, you know, a part of that, when you're talking about the overall quality of life of a class, part of it is just that, like how versatile your talents are. You know? So like if you're in PvE spec, do you also happen to be pretty strong in PvP? If yes, that's a bonus to that class. You feel me? If no, that's part of the class balance. I have like a small amount of vomit in my mouth right now because I'm thinking about rogues. Like, rogues are just fucking erect playing this game. I bet you, dude. I bet you there's so many rogues. Because you can just press one button and become a god. That's so cringe, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I can't even help myself. It's cringe. Like, you just sub and you just press one button and you just sub. Like, you just do that, like, anytime you feel like it. Like, that's the thing about rogues. Like, they're in PvE spec. They're still going to be nasty in PvP. You still have tons of options. You still have tons of control tools and you do insane damage, and it's just the nature of your class. Like, you're still really good. Bobka in combat sword spec could fuck up like 95% of people playing the game. On PvE server, rogues don't exist. Talents multiply, still important. How's the coffee company going? Oh, it's going good, man. Yeah, it's going good. I'm launching a new roast collection on Amazon. So I'm trying out Amazon FBA for the first time. So I'm gonna have prime shipping and all that. It's called Big Dink Energy. Dink is a type of shot in pickleball, so it's kind of like a play on words and stuff like that. But it's going good, man. We learning about the whole e-commerce side and packaging and branding and all that. It's pretty fun. We're gonna do like a big push with marketing push once we launch on Amazon, and a bunch of ads and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. And the event catering side of the business is going good. March is pretty much fully booked already. Pretty much every weekend I'm gonna be slaving away making lattes and waffles. It's going good, man. Still early days as well. Tattoos look dope, bro. Thanks, man. I don't think dual spec makes you a hero. You can't just switch to healer spec and expect to do well in raid without healer gear. You can, though. That's vanilla for you, bro. You can just like have a flask or whatever. Like, consumables and buffs can make a big difference. You kind of can. I don't know, man. I swear I'm not lying to you guys. Like, I swear I'm not just saying this to like clickbait or just to be a drama queen. Like, I really believe that the game is not better at dual spec, and it's okay in anniversary realm. That's not even my argument. My argument is for when people talk about vanilla as a whole. Do you guys believe this is the best game of all time? I feel like a good amount of you would. And a good amount of people seem to believe that dual spec is actually improvement to the game, point blank, period. If vanilla launched with dual spec back in 2004, the game would have been better. That type of level of like liking the dual spec. I'll see you later, Matt. Peace. People playing with a good dink shot is a whole different level. It's an improvement given how we play now. I'm cool with that, but like, can we just say it like that? Like, it's an improvement how we play now, but you know, okay, let's say it's your kids or something, right? Let's say your kids or a loved one was going to get into vanilla WoW and there was going to be a fresh server. Think about it from that perspective, and you wanted them to have a great time, and you wanted them to like really enjoy the game and like get into it and feel immersed in the RPG. Because for a lot of us, like, I feel like we're almost past it. Like, we've played it so much that you're probably like, yeah, Cargos, I understand what you're saying with that, but you know, all that was, I can appreciate all that, but you know, I played the game like 10 times, like 10 different servers. Like, you know, I don't need that anymore. You know what I mean? I don't need that anymore, because I already know about that, and like, it is pretty cool, but I already basically admired vanilla for being the best game, and this is just like a, you know what I mean? But bro, people, like, I put these videos out, it's like 95% dislike, 5% like people really think it's a bad take, that dual spec is bad. Like, I don't know if I've ever had a take that was shit on so hard, you know what I mean, with the dual spec stuff. But I swear, man, something happened while I was gone, man. You guys have drank the Blizzard Kool-Aid too much or something. You guys remember 2019? You remember no changes, bro? Like, do you remember, like do you have some love in your heart for just 112? Like, you guys don't even call it vanilla anymore. None of you guys call it vanilla anymore. Be honest, you all call it classic. You all call, like, I want to go back to calling it vanilla, man. Like, I'm trying to go back to 112, not 1.143762 repeating. Like, I have an appreciation for it. Like I said, I think the overall classic ecosystem is in a good spot, but like, man, we gotta just like, bro, I posted a video on the WoW Classic subreddit the other day about the rise and fall of private servers, and I was just talking about private servers and being nostalgic about them, right? And the post started to do well, and it got over 100 upvotes, and the mods just banned it for no reason, bro. Like, I don't even care. Like, I'm not a full-time creator. But like, why? I don't know, man. Private servers are part of our history. It's part of our heritage of how we even got this shit. Show some respect, bro. Like, don't just ban it. Like, I understand the legal TOS or whatever, but like, people are just reminiscing about Stalrius and the Mark Kern petition and Elysium and all those servers and the heroes, the champions that like pretty much brought this game into the light. Why are you banning that? We're all chasing vanilla and we'll never ever get it. Or we can get it during original launch, even if servers weren't vanilla. Self-promotion? No, I mean, self-promotion's fine. You can post your own videos in the... No, I mean, what it was actually was it was talking about private servers. Like, you're not allowed to talk about private servers at all in the WoW Classic subreddit, or it gets banned. And I've seen it, dude. I've seen so many changes over time. When we, imagine 2019 Classic, right? Were people anti-private server in 2019 Classic? No. This community felt like private servers were embraced and and like, but it is different now. Like, I mean, things change. Like, some of the private servers, there's been a lot of drama and shady shit, like, and all that. But like, all I'm saying is like, Blizzard has won a lot of you guys over, and a lot more of you guys now. Like, if I made a video right now and I posted it to YouTube and it was telling people, yeah, go back to private servers, or going back to private server boys, like, where we're going to talk about it, I'd say about 40% of the comments are going to be people going like, you shouldn't be talking about private servers. Private servers are illegal, and you're a pirate, and you're a scumbag, and you're infringing on Blizzard's intellectual property, and I'm calling my lawyer right now. And I am filing a cease and desist against you, sir, for talking about illegal private servers. That's like 40% of people now. Look at Nintendo, they will fuck you up if you step out of line legally. If vanilla continued to 1.5 or 120, it would be closer to SOD than 112. Or there's some vanilla purists who stuck to private servers when Classic came out. When Classic came out, they stuck with private servers? Ooh, let me think. I don't think so, man. There is no reason to. I mean, I will say one of the only people that was almost anti-Classic in 2019 was Alex. And I remember actually being very perplexed, like, bro, come on, man, you're shitting on Classic already? Like, dude, like, we just got, like, how are you gonna do that? Like, we just got official Classic. Like, there's all this momentum we have, like, with all of our channels and videos and all this, like, because he was going into Classic 2019 already, like, super salty about it. Like, Blizzard was already, like, screwing up massively, and their, hashtag changes, and there was all these bad things. That was actually the only person, if I think back on it, that was anti-Classic pretty much from the start. And then, they lost people over time, right? And, like, people started to, not like Classic for X, Y, or Z reason, but at the start of it, like... Any Invictus 2019 gamers? What's up, Cammers? How you doing, man? You're a Scarum lad? Broken clock, etc., etc. Can WoW go public domain in 100 years? Yeah, I don't know, man. That would be sick, though. It would be sick. And if it does, I will make a private server. And it'll be fun, man. I don't know if anyone will play on it, but like, it's just, I'm doing it. It sounds really fun. Bro, I really want someone to make an alpha server, like friends and family alpha server, and actually flesh it out. Because I don't know if you guys are there, but Grays and I, like, I got him into it for a little bit. They have a project right now where they have preserved the alpha version of the game. And everything is like really different, but it's super like buggy and janky. And I really wish like someone would like finish it. And you'd have to take some creative liberties because it just wasn't a finished game, right? Like you'd have to basically make some decisions to try to complete it and make it playable. But yeah, that's one thing that I hope does happen. Call up Omar to find the hard drive, right? Can I get dual spec hit it? Yeah, back to dual spec. I just, man, what happened to you guys, man? Everyone loves dual spec now. People, I want to say there's some level of like indoctrination with Blizzard or something like over time that they've softened people up back towards enjoying retail, like the newer versions of the game, all of it, right? Like even just the idea of WoW token stuff. I heard Ompy the other day, like he was just streaming randomly, and I love Brother Omp. Like he's done a lot for me. He's a hero to me in a lot of ways, right? But he's like, oh yeah, I'd like WoW token in the game, like in vanilla. Yeah, vanilla WoW, like WoW token, that'd be like really good. He's like, I wouldn't buy it, but I wouldn't give a fuck. So he said something along those lines, and everyone's like, yeah, WoW token, based WoW token, and it's sort of like, I'm just scratching my head, like, yo, what happened, dude? You know, I'm not completely no changes now. Like, I get it. There's some things like, you know, Chrono Boon in particular is pretty sweet, but like, I don't know. No way he said that. I swear, yeah, he did say that. I mean, I don't know exactly what he meant by it, but he did say it. You hate dual spec, you hate your healers being able to farm. But let's think about this, man. If you're a healer in vanilla, are you having a bad time? Are you having a bad experience playing vanilla WoW if you're a healer? All things considered? I don't think so. I think it's super fun. Like, you can probably charge to heal groups, you know, if you wanted. Like, there's not many of you, dude. You're like a unicorn out in these streets. Like, everybody's trying to run with you. You're a god among men, especially if you got Wind Fury Totem that you can put down. Everybody wants to play Brown class. Everybody can tank. Vanilla 5-mans, Ubers, Elbers, whatever. You can just, you need heals though. I don't know, like, healers can make gold just like in other ways, right? You could probably, you know, just team up with a warrior, team up with a tank, or, you know. Oh man, this is actually fucking scary, bro. Oi, 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 oi. Take this off. Disengage. Oh, there's another one there too. Okay, I think we're fine now though. Okay, that stealth one, if that aggro, that would have been problematic. Let's get the fuck out of here, man. This is a little bit too high level. What was I talking about? Healers? Okay, how do you make, if you're a healer and there's no dual spec and all that, how are you making gold usually? Let me think. I mean, jump runs. This is one of the first ones, and you just team up with a warrior, right, and like do jump runs, and you get the demonic runes, and you can probably get the herbs, split the thorium, whatever it is. That's like okay, you know. Or you can always go herbing. Like you can always go herb, man. Like herbing is solid, right? You can always play the market and stuff too. Like, that's the thing. Like, the farms that you do, are you really out there like grinding farming a lot, or are you, you know, flipping stuff on the auction house, or are you getting money from your professions? You know what I mean? Saying healers can't farm gold, like, what are you trying to do? What's that gold farm you're trying to do as a healer? Like, what is it? Are you trying to kill satyrs in Felwood and like get fell cloth? What is that? What is the grind? Dire Maul, herbing, and you complete bots and DPSing. The thing is, healers are good in world PvP. Like, they're pretty solid. I'd say the weakest healer in world PvP, Paladin. You know, solo, if you get caught out as a Paladin, you're just gonna get, you know, but it'll take forever for them to kill you. You'd honestly probably just be able to run to a city in time while by the time someone's trying to kill you. You can go herbing and you can Amy herbs are okay, but not quick to break. Guess raw farms. Healers don't need to farm because they're good in world PvP. Oh, I mean, that's unrelated. I'm just saying, like, I'm just thinking about the healer experience. If you're, like, what's so bad? Like, if you have dual spec, and as a healer, you're so happy, right? Because you're a priest, right? And now you can go Shadow or something. And Shadow is pretty good in world PvP. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, Shadow is really good in world PvP. But I don't know. The other specs are fine too. I think a DPS is more efficient than farming anyway. What's your favorite shit spec? Favorite shit spec? Probably shit spec, eh? It's probably SL. SL Warlock. Kind of a shit spec. But it's kind of cool being like a, you know, a beast out in world PvP, ruler and stuff like that. And it's actually really fun. Like, you know, Shadow Priests, we were just talking about Shadow Priests. Shadow Priests think they're Giga Chads, and they think that they can like kill everybody in 1v1, and they just like play so cocky, and they play so BM and aggressive to people because they can just like bully people as Shadow. And then you show up as an SL lock and you just put them in the fucking ground. And they're not used to it, and they get like super tilted because they're a Shadow Priest and they should be winning 1v1s, and then they just keep getting withered away by the SL Warlock. But I mean, SL can be kind of cringe too, man. Like, I played Hunter recently on DV Delight and was fighting against Warlocks. And yeah, I mean, the playstyle, they just put a couple dots on you and you're like dead. You just like can't keep up in terms of value. It doesn't feel like they're doing anything skillful when you lose to an SL lock. From the other perspective, it's kind of annoying. I mean, I actually think that like that Moonfire spec, or basically like Balanced Druid, world PvP, seems pretty fun with like Insect Swarm and all that. And like, you know, there's like a good skill cap on it. And it's interesting. Like, it's an interesting, like, kind of dynamic playstyle. Sorry for being argumentative. Can I ask though, honestly, other than spec identity, why is dual spec bad? Like I said, I'll try to summarize it all. So why dual spec is bad? One, I do see value in the PvPers doing their own thing and the PvEers doing their own thing, and the server feels bigger. You either choose to PvP or you choose to PvE because it's very prohibitive that you don't have enough gold to keep respecking back and forth, and time and energy and all that based on how the ranking system normally works. So the updated ranking system already is a big step against this. I'm talking about like traditional ranking system, traditional rank 14 PvP system. And all things considered, like, that's kind of how it works. Like, you have the rankers and you have the PvEers, and you have these kind of like separate communities. There's a little bit of intermingling. The people in the PvP world, they kind of rank out, they graduate out, and they move into the PvE side of things. It's like different, it's like a different class of rankers that go through the motions. And like, you might be thinking like, yo, man, not everyone has time to be like rank 14 and do all that. Like, you're right, but you don't really even need to go to 14 necessarily. You know, you can somewhat casually go to like 10 or 11 or 12 even. Like, it really only gets sweaty after 12. You know, then it starts getting like ridiculous, but you know, you're able to obtain most of the gear at that point. So like, I feel like the world feels bigger. You know, when I ranked on SOM, it was a really interesting experience. Being, you know, having the weekly PvP meetings and the bracket management and the bracket leaders, and there's a lot of emergent gameplay on the PvP side of things, on the ranker side of things. There's a lot of community and tools, and it felt like I was just playing a different game. You know, calculators for honor, ghost honor, calculations, min-max, all types of stuff on the ranking side of things that you don't really see when you're just PvEing and playing the game more normally. So I think the changes to the ranking system just removes a lot of that. A lot of the skill, the finesse, the politics, the drama, the emergent gameplay on the PvP side of things is gone. It's kind of like you're playing free cell or solitaire at that point. You know how much honor you need to get per week, and you grind and get it. And it's not a matter of if, it's just when you're gonna be able to achieve the goal, not really if. So there's that, but like, so that's one part of the dual spec. And two, like I said, the way all the classes are balanced in this game, it's not just with one thing. Like how much DPS do you in PvE? How strong are you in PvP? You know, in a battleground setting. There's so many different factors, right? There's like pre-mades, there's open world PvP, there's 2v2, 3v3, there's, you know, world PvP. There's all different dimensions of PvP. But a spec that does well in PvP, the balancing factor of that spec really being really good in PvE is that it's maybe weak in PvP, and vice versa. You know, so like an arms warrior that has Mortal Strike, bad in PvE, really bad in PvE. I mean, you can do okay in some cleave stuff going on in like MC and stuff like that with a lot of mobs, but you know, compared to like Fury Dual Wield, like it's not even close, right? So it's, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And that 50 gold barrier is high enough that you know, people have to specialize. You have to kind of choose what you want to do and kind of commit to it. So I don't know. That's just like the normal, like, it's just different. Like I bet you though, like if I played Anniversary at level 60 and I had dual spec, I know myself well enough. I bet you I could find reasons to like it and be like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. Like, oh, I like this. And I could find things about it that make the game, you know, fun in like a way I've never experienced before. I'm sure of it. But there's just always pros and cons, right? There's pros to stuff, there's cons to stuff. And I'm telling you, there are some cons. I feel like people are sleeping on the cons because it feels good. Like, it feels like you're just getting money in your pocket, man. You're getting Blizzard stimulus check, man. They gave you dual spec, like. But yeah. Yes, Ruin feels so bad. If we were to force to either implement WoW token or level 60 character boost in vanilla, which would you pick? Oh, WoW token all day. WoW token all day. Level 60 character boost in vanilla, would that be enough for you guys? Like, can we all be on the same page? It would never happen. But if they put in level 60 character boost in a vanilla environment, the game, literally everybody goes to private server, right? We're all on the same page with that, right? If they put in paid level 60 character boost, we are instantly downloading that dogshit 112 client with the horrible graphics, and we're playing like whatever, like Chronos 9, right? We're playing Chronos 9. Instantly destroy the game. So I mean, yeah, WoW token still, obviously I don't think it's good, but I can see a world where people are still playing the game, right? There's still Is it so bad that I want to raid in a new spec without spending 200 hours to do it? Pros and cons to everything. As a PvE enjoyer, I say I don't agree with most of that, but I respect the opinion. Yeah, I mean, you know, some things you just agree to disagree on. Ultimately, like, what I'm suggesting is that the game being more painful is better. You know, like, I feel you. Like, the game is more convenient and like more fun on a surface level. But if you mess with the formula vanilla enough, at what point does it stop feeling like vanilla? You know what I mean? There was something that really pulled us back to classic, pulled us back to vanilla, and like got everyone really super excited and interested to go back to legacy servers. And it was that original pacing, right? That original pacing, very satisfying, a little bit slower. And part of that is the unapologetic nature of it. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. That's part of it, you know. At what point does the twig snap from the tree? Like, you put enough of these things in and then it doesn't feel like it doesn't. But the other variable is that we're changing too. So, like, you know, our tastes and interests are changing too, and all that. I don't know. I guess all I would try to put out there, and we can move on from it, all I would throw out there is just to consider that even if you're having more fun now on Anniversary Realms with dual spec, show some respect to the original formula, and pretty much like don't say that vanilla WoW is just better with dual spec. Like, you know, say that, you know, it's fun with dual spec in a way, like it can be fun, but I feel like it's almost disrespectful to the original game to say it would have been better with dual spec. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, if dual spec was in the game in 2004 when it came out, what are your thoughts on that? Dual spec is better balancing and because you spec. One thing they changed in 20 Classic that they changed. Oh, one thing. Okay, all right, I see what you mean here. One thing that they changed that we wish they didn't change, or the other way around. Let's see here. There's a lot to choose from actually. They should have enforced faction balance. We can now see that that is true, and they also, now that the dust is all settled and we can look at the game now and see how it all panned out, one layer is the way. Multiple layers. I've come full circle with this many times, but I feel like I finally landed on the ultimate conclusion that layers are trash. Layers are absolute trash, and instead of layers, have dynamic respawns. Game feels so much worse with layers. So much worse. And you know, we have enough reps playing the game that you can really kind of like know what both feel like, right? And anybody here play Deviant Delight? Like when we were playing on Deviant Delight with one layer, it was such a breath of fresh air. Because a lot of people kind of like forgot what it feels like to play with one layer. The community was small enough that it feels like a real world. You know, you see somebody in STV, they're really in STV. You can go there right now and see them. Layers the worst thing in the game. Rating / endgame content is right through rate. It's honestly wild that they were able to solve faction balance. Rivers how. For a game that. Oh, the other thing I would have said, guys, that I wish they did is I wish they helped out more with hardcore early days. Obviously, I'm a bit biased on that point, but believe it or not, I think hardcore could even be more successful than it is now. It could have been even more successful because we actually had opportunities to make hardcore really successful, but people griefing and like fucking with it was actually like a really big deal, and it really did hurt like the whole movement and stuff like that. And if Blizzard just like were able to step in and actually like protect their players and help out more and actually ban people, I'm telling you, would have helped so much. I don't know if you guys remember back to like our Road to Ragnaros event, and like, you know, that was like the first main hardcore event ever, right, at scale, on a fresh, with tons of streamers and all this, like a real big opportunity to do something cool here. And yeah, all the drama when Joker died, right, like, and got griefed, and like people saying, oh, they're just like appeals, it's not real hardcore, and like that kind of like consensus spreading on, you know, it's fake hardcore, it's like some streamer elite, you know, high council or all that stuff. If they just helped out a little more, it would have done wonders. Yeah. Remember spell batching? Was that the worst thing that they ever added? I don't know, man. Maybe I don't play at a high enough level to really think that was the worst thing ever. Like, I get it on both ends of it. That's a small potato to me, though. A small potato. Maybe I could see a world like Perplexity, the people who are like, you know, playing rogues and every like millisecond matters and stuff like that, getting like really upset by that. But yeah, I was playing a Warlock, like probably like the least APM intensive class in the game when it comes to PvP. Would you play in Frontier 2? Is that the thing that they're gonna do? Like they're gonna roll Alliance and go raid and do all that? You're forgetting how it was for the spell batching game was so clunky. With spell batching? I mean, there is spell batching, yeah. You're saying the, oh yeah, like the 1 point, what was it, like 1.5, or no, it was like 0.7 milliseconds or something. Like they changed it from that to now 0.15. Yeah, but there was a bigger batch window, right? And it felt really slow and clunky. Yeah. 400 millisecond, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of changes though. I was thinking about it today. I've been thinking about video ideas. If I had more time and energy, I would make some of them. But I wanted to make a video, honestly, just going back and like painting a picture of 2016 Elysium server launching. I wanted it to feel like very authentic, like what music was playing back then, all that. Like and what inspired it is I realized that the Elysium server, private server, right, came out in December, so it was basically a Christmas fresh. It was a Christmas fresh. It wasn't just a fresh; it was a fucking Christmas fresh, bro. The vibes were immaculate. It was a Christmas fresh. It was the holiday season fresh, and you know, that server was just so hype, man. Like, just like even the videos and stuff like that, where they're announcing that like Nostalrius was like the data was getting passed on, and Nostalrius sanctioned Elysium to take control of all the stuff, right? Like they made a post saying that they're passing over the core and the data to Elysium. So essentially Nost gave this new organization, I'd never heard of them at the time, the blessing to continue on its legacy. And there's still no talk of Classic WoW in the air. That came way later in 2017. But like the vibes and energy in the private server scene back then were so good, and oh man, probably one of the most hyped times I've ever been to play this game. What do you think of a massive raid of Stormwind to Hardcore Classic 110? Hardcore raid of Stormwind. Just reminded me. Raze and I were playing Horde Hardcore run, and we snuck into Stormwind somehow. Or Graze snuck into Stormwind. That's what it was, and I was playing Alliance, and he was playing Horde, and he snuck into Stormwind, and he was doing dumb Graze shenanigans on stream. Does anybody remember that? Like, he was just doing super dumb stuff. Like, he was just completely content pilled out of his mind. Like, and he's in the deep run tram, like moon firing people. And I think Winky, I want to say Winky killed him, or he almost killed him, or something. I think he almost killed him. Like, he shows up and just starts like full dot rowing him with like Nax gear on his Warlock. I used to survive that. Tried hitting 60. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's why he wasn't dying, because he was 59. That's right. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why. It just reminded me of that. Oh man. Bricks was fucking with him. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I remember that, man. Have you guys been keeping up with Turtle WoW? Anybody play Turtle WoW in here? I saw a follow-up video that they did. I think it came out a month ago. Talking about Unreal Azeroth. That's like their Unreal Engine project, right? Sorry, yawn. Triggering on yawn. But, I'm curious how that's going. Like, are we going to be able to play that anytime soon? That's one of the few things I can think of that would actually maybe be able to spark something in my brain and make me like, you know, get really like back into it and like just be like a kid in a candy shop again. Would be able to see the world like reimagined with like better graphics, but still the same old world. Servers slow down. All over for a while. Oh, good to see you, Hero Vision, by the way, bro. DD had some amazing community events there for a minute. Yep. We did. And I will continue saying that DD was our chance It was our chance to have another hardcore. And I think it's possible it could have been huge. What I mean by that is never before in the history of WoW were there organized world PvP battles in the way that we did them on DD. And some of them were misses, right? Like the one at Stone Talon was way better in concept, but in reality, I mean, it could have been good. It's just Alliance was too low level on DD, so they kind of just got rolled over. Like, so maybe that one actually could have been good, but we had some hits, like some real hits. Like the Fenris Isle event was amazing, man. It was so good actually. And then the Northwatch Hole, those are the two ones that really come to mind. Echo Owl's one was kind of a miss, but then again, my wife's water broke on stream. Bounce. Right as it was starting. But, I mean, that was our chance. We had something really good there going there, but I actually felt like people didn't see the vision. Like they didn't believe it. They didn't want it to happen or something. They like didn't believe me when I was saying, you know, this is our chance to do something like kind of like hardcore, like just rally everyone, get them excited, you know, that once a week server comes together and has a big battle. It was really unique, man. The Deadwind Pass one too, that was a hit as well, right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically there's this server project, Deviate the Light. It happened about 6 months ago or 7 months ago, where a bunch of, you know, OG like classic WoW, vanilla WoW, private server Randies, like they rolled on a server, they planted the flag. It was a completely dead server, nobody playing there. It was so dead and it was so old that it became fresh. It was born again. The soil had totally rotted over from the last communities and was fertile enough again to plant the seed and start a new community. And there's some other special things about the server, like it was RP PvE or something, so like one layer and you like couldn't transfer there or something, or Blizzard like locked the server early as a nod to the community, like we see what you're doing, we're gonna nod to you and lock the server for you. So it really was like a fresh server, you know. But there's a ton of streamers playing. We had a good amount of momentum and we were building it up. We were doing it, man. Like we were moving the needle. We put up the bat signal and we called a lot of people back to vanilla, bro. Like a lot of people, like there's thousands of people playing on DD. And we were onto something with it. And I do believe that there is a chance there could have been like another hardcore that was born out of it, like with on the back of the world PvP, like big battles. But maybe someday someone will try that again.
Farewell.
Yo, what's up, Reizoku? I wonder if it's still fun or if you do it every week or is the novelty wear off? Yeah, I don't know. It's possible. It's possible that it gets old, but you would need enough people, Reizoku, that there's, you know, it gets old for some people and they take a break, but there's still plenty more people to chime in there. And we needed level 60 battles, and unfortunately we never got to that point because DD actually died before we ever got to see that, actually, where you had multiple raids of level 60s and you were fighting over an area, and it was kind of like a fair fight. And then also the ranking system, how I originally thought it was supposed to work, it didn't work in that way. Like originally I thought that with the new ranking system it would actually be, you know, min-max efficient to do these battles. But it kind of wasn't. Didn't end up being. You need to align the incentives so that it would be min-max efficient to do these battles. That's one thing. And then the other thing is the dishonorable kills. You know, I'm probably as no changes as it gets, but at the top of my list of changes, even as one of the biggest no changes Andes on the planet, is dishonorable kills. There's literally no reason they're in the game. No reason. Really no reason. You can think of a reason. I've been asking that question for a long time. If you can think of a reason why they're in the game, by all means, man. Tell me. By all means. But there's basically no reason. And it actually really hurts people's desire to world PvP. It only hurts. It only hurts the sandbox. There's no game. Dishonorable kills, yeah. With DK, they grief all the quest givers. No, the thing is though, dude, there's plenty of quest givers that aren't civilians. So like Farmer Saladin and stuff, like, he might be a civilian, but there's a ton of them that it's kind of random who's a civilian and who's not. Like you can still just grief all the quest givers. And the thing is that you think the griefers care about the dishonorable kills? That's the thing, dude. It doesn't actually matter to them. So like there is no consequence to them if they don't care about the DK. They're just gonna kill the civilians over and over again. It pretty much does nothing. Should have made NPCs God mode. Those are going to protect NPCs. Yeah, all I'm saying is it just doesn't really protect them, and it makes it so people don't want to play in the sandbox and go out into the open world. And it's a pretty strong deterrent because, you know, if you're ranking, you know, you get a dishonorable kill, it can set you back a lot, like DK. Wait, so do you like or dislike on dishonorable kills? I dislike dishonorable kills. I wish they weren't in the game. I wish there was no dishonorable kills. It's not a hill I'm dying on. It's not like I care about it that much or anything like that. But yeah, it does only hurt the game. It hurts the community's ability and desire to play in the sandbox. The griefers don't care about getting them, and there's plenty of like quest givers, the grief and kill on repeat that aren't civilian. Check him in. Twitch is popping off. 240 people. So good, man. 50 on YouTube as well. We're pretty much at like 300. Yeah, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. I don't Debbie Downer if I ever come off that way. Ultimately, like, yeah, it's my favorite game. I love this game. I just want the best for it. It's kind of fun talking about this stuff. So if you guys have any questions or anything about life, vanilla, coffee, pickleball, being a dad, entrepreneurship, all the stuff that I know something about, I like the questions a lot. Ask away. I'm an open book. I got nothing. If you want to ask about hardcore, any of the drama, RXP, whatever, man. What do you think of surfing, the ultimate refreshing sport, like a renewal? Surfing. So I've never personally been into any of like the Wii activities. It's a weird way to describe them, but anything that like, you know, snowboarding, skiing, surfing, roller coasters, rides in general, where like it's like adrenaline, or what do you get out of it? Like, and it's never been for me. Like, I've never really been into it. Like, you know, in my high school, we had mandatory skiing and snowboarding every day. And what did I do instead? I went to the lodge, I ordered some chicken tendies, and I played Wrath of the Lich King. And I don't regret it at all. There's zero regret in my heart about that. It was actually super worth it to do that. Super fun. Tennis. Oh yeah, you can ask my questions too. You ever miss your old room in your previous house? I love that room. Was such a cave. Yeah, I do. I miss it. I have a lot of that stuff in storage now. And you come full circle with stuff. Like, that was the first like man cave type thing that I ever built. Like, I had all this gaming collectibles that I'd saved up over the years, and I was able to display them all, and I had like arcade machines in there. I knew it was really cool. Then I came full circle with it, because when I moved, you know, I had the walls painted Xbox green and black, and I like fully customed out the room. But when we were selling our house, like nobody wants that, you know. So I had to paint it over a bazillion times and basically just completely rehaul the room and make it normal again with white walls and all that. And it was kind of a pain. And I just wanted like a sleeker, cleaner existence where I didn't feel kind of like a hoarder and have all this stuff around and stuff like that. So now it's just more minimalist, just in like a normal house. I miss it, yeah. I miss being able to go into that room and look around, because I had like, you know, I had like gaming art, I had like art from all the games that I loved and grew up with everywhere. Like every day I would sit down on my computer, I'd look up and I'd be able to see like, you know, like a little Zelda poster, some Pokemon stuff, Halo stuff, and even just go over to the shelf and look at all like the collector's edition stuff I have and stuff. Barely recognize you without your hat. That's right, I used to wear a hat a lot, huh? That's wild, my PE had dodgeball and running laps. Oh man, so many good memories. So many good memories. I mean, so Wrath of the Lich King came out when I was in junior year of high school. And I went to a boarding school for high school. So I'm living outside of my house already, right? So I ordered the collector's edition of Lich King. And I remember I was in class, and I remember when the package had arrived, get like a notification. So excited to go get it. Big box. Anybody here ordered the Wrath collector's edition? It had a book in it, Arthas. This big blue, black-looking tome. My buddies, like my roommates at the time, they ordered it too. Studying the SATs with some Grizzly Hills music going on. We played sports too. Like, I mean, I played like every sport. You know, tennis, soccer. But there was weightlifting too. I did weightlifting. But we also were gaming like crazy. Like every night raiding. I mean, that was it, man. Like I would wake up, high school, wake up at maybe like 7, and we had our morning meeting at like 7:30 or 8. And you guys had free periods in high school, right? One thing I've been hearing recently is that's not a thing anymore. That in high school they're not really like having free periods. That it's more straight like classes, and then you end school day early. That's so weird to me. But yeah, we had free periods in high school, and you try to line them up so you'd be able to get some, you know, like a consecutive little amount of time. So we try to line it up, and you'd be like gaming a little bit during midday, playing a little Wrath, Watlika. Then you know, finish up the day. I was shameless though, dude. I was absolutely shameless. I brought my anybody do this too? I brought my laptop to class. I put the brightness down, and I was playing WoW in class in high school on the laptop. That did not do me any favors, because I would do that like in math class, and then once you get behind in math, you're cooked. You are cooked once you get behind. There's no coming back from that. But yeah, and then after class we'd play sports. You know, we go to like do travel games, like, you know, away games or whatever. Played tennis, played varsity tennis all high school, played first singles in high school, year. Yeah, and just gaming, playing sports, staying up late, and then every night after sports and all that, there was lights out. So they had a time where like it was mandatory, everybody had to go to sleep, right? 10:30 or whatever it was. And the dorm heads, you know, they would live in the dorm or nearby, and like in the houses nearby. So we would have one, like Mr. Haddon would be like our dorm counselor or whatever, right? He'd come in and do rounds and do like inspection for like contraband and stuff like that, right? Looking for dirty magazines or I don't even think there was no one had dirty magazines in high school. It was all internet. But I will say the no, I'm not even gonna say it, never mind. But yeah, so like lights out would happen, and we would have this system, bro. Like, so we're gaming, we're playing Wrath, we're gaming. It's about to be lights out. You close the laptop in a certain way, you like tuck it under your bed, you like conceal it in a certain way, but you're ready, like you're locked in, like we're role playing, like we're asleep, right? And then as soon as we like get like the signal, like they're gone, we spring out of bed, and we have the whole setup where like my buddy would pull this suitcase out from under the bed, open it, and it was filled with like Asian snacks and like ramen and stuff like that. We plug the hot pot in, get some boiling water getting some tea, getting some coffee going, It's almost like that scene out of Goodfellas where they're cooking like Italian food in jail. Like we start cooking up like ramen. I don't know, like ramen parties with like seaweed packets and like microwavable rice and noodles, and we raid. We would literally like raid Wrath of the Lich King till like 1 or 2 a.m. Someone's on the lookout because the laptops have brightness to them. You know what I mean? So everyone's supposed to be asleep. From outside the dorm, you can see some light glow. Like they'd come in and try to like ninja stealth up to your room and bust in and stuff, right? So, and that was high school for me, right? And like people were sneaking out and like making out and trying to meet up with their girlfriend in the woods and all this type of stuff. We were just playing Wrath. For senior, you had some free periods, yeah. The same age, and I didn't have free periods, but I did know some in my year that did. So good to see you, man. Glad to see you back in the saddle. Thanks, Bray. It's a big difference. Tennis versus pickleball. I know it's a smaller court, but what does that mean for the game? So the main difference and why pickleball is so ridiculously fun and addicting, in my opinion, is the kitchen mechanic. So, and it's a really weird term. I don't know who named all this shit. Pretty much, like, even think about tennis. The serve, like those two boxes right by the net, where there's like a tee, right by the net, right? That area in pickleball is called the kitchen. It's much smaller court. Once you play pickleball and you go to a tennis court, it almost feels like a meme. Like the person is so far away that like it feels like you need binoculars to see them. But yeah, the pickleball court is much smaller and has this kitchen mechanic. The kitchen mechanic, you can't go in there, and the other team can't go. So it basically gives you the ability to like reset the tempo of the game. Like even if you're at the baseline, someone's just blasting balls at you. You could be 75 years old with like 2 knee braces on, and you're basically a half cyborg. And you can just touch the ball lightly and gently drop it in the kitchen and reset the point and work your way up. Like the court's not big enough for people to be ripping clean winners down the line. I mean, the game's getting faster, the paddles are getting poppier, the balls are getting poppier, but like still, like the court's small, right? So if you get low and your hands are fast and you're solid, you can almost like get everything back and like, reset stuff into the kitchen, right? So what ends up happening in a pickleball point is both teams get up to that kitchen line, that like service line, right? And you have like a little battle there, so you're doing like trick shots to each other, inside out stuff, and there's a lot of like telegraphing with your body language, which you actually hit it the other way, and like people are looking for an opportunity to speed it up into each other, and then you have these like little hands battles, and that whole like gameplay loop of being at the kitchen and all that is super fun, and that's what differentiates it from ping pong or tennis, badminton, squash, all the other stuff. For me at least, but yeah, it's a really fun sport. And the thing is, like, the difference between men and women is not that much. Women are really good at the game, and the difference between a 4-0 guy and a 4-0 woman is not that much. Like you get to like pro level or something, then it starts to get more, but not nearly as much as tennis or something. First time I've heard the term hands battles. What's that? It's basically if someone's in imagine just like volleying the ball back and forth with someone, and they're hitting at you, you're hitting at them, and it's just a test of reflexes, like who's gonna cave first or miss or hit the ball out. Like that's what they call a hands battle. Yeah, you're right. I never came back from being behind in math. That is true. Me neither. I never came back. At some point I played too much WoW in math class. I'm pretty sure it was pre-calc. Pre-calc was over for me. It was a wrap. I played too much WoW in pre-calc, and I never came back from it. The only reason I got through college and was able to secure the bag was Wolfram motherfucking Alpha. And my girlfriend later to become wife, because she was really good at math. I did remote classes. Because I was good at everything else, but math, yeah. Math, once you get behind at that's tough to come back. But I can't even imagine what academia is like right now. With AI and all this stuff out, what are your guys' thoughts on it? Like, I feel like it must be so easy mode. It must be so easy mode. And like, they had COVID, where they probably didn't have to go to school for like 2 years. Can you imagine we had COVID when Vanilla WoW came out? Imagine. Oh, I can't even imagine it. That's crazy. And then, you know, teach it. So we're in middle school, right? And they're telling you to go read The Color Purple, or what else did we read back then? Bridge to Terabithia, or, you know, what else did they make us read? House of the Scorpion. I remember that book too. And they want you to write like an essay on it to prove that you read it. Remember? So some people would go buy like the Spark Notes for the book, so they could kind of get the main points and then write their paper off that. But I don't even know how they. I don't really know how they even give those assignments these days, because people could just write that in 2 seconds with AI. And yeah, of course, like, you know, they're gonna go in there and change the words around and make it so it's, you know, paraphrasing everything. But I feel like there's no way for people to stop that. Yeah, I didn't use AI to write anything at university. Spark Notes got me through a number of terrible teacher selected books in college. Yeah, Spark Notes. And there's so many things that make us feel old. Like, what are some things, guys, that were really viable at one point in time that now it's just like a joke? Maps, physical maps. Remember, like, when your parents would go print out a map to get somewhere? And they had like websites about making maps. That's one thing. Yeah, MapQuest. DVDs, yeah, DVDs. I think. LimeWire. Napster. Phone books. Oh, you just reminded me. Encyclopedia Britannica. I remember there was a time. It's actually kind of cute when I think about it. My wife actually. Yeah, I'm gonna gas rep too much because it actually is really cute. But you know, my wife grew up in the inner city, Bronx. Didn't have a silver spoon by any means. Really tough. Really tough. I don't even have to get any deep. You can use your imagination. It's like pretty much the worst set of cards. First generation immigrants, a lot of issues in the house. School was a sanctuary. Opposite experience to me. To me, I grew up in the suburbs, and I kind of did have like a little bit of a silver spoon. Not that much, but you know, like upper middle class type stuff. Right? Like, so for me, I'm a little bozo. Like, I'm not really appreciating school much. I don't want to be at school at all. I'm trying to have my own business. I'm trying to just like play games. And I was like super independent from a young age. Like even 5th grade already, basically had like, you know, even fourth grade, 5th grade already had a girlfriend, already had like, I was just role playing as an adult, walking around with my Sony Walkman headphone joint, listening to ludicrous word of mouth, thinking I'm grown, you know, and I just didn't really appreciate school, right? Like I'm just trying to draw the parallel, right? But my wife, school was safety. It was literally how you like don't die or get robbed or get like, you know, hurt. So she really was into academia and school and teachers, and she was very good at school. You know, she always idolized those encyclopedia books because they're pretty. They are pretty. You know, she's a big bookworm. She likes the smell of books, right? And like going to bookstores, all that, right? Like, stationery. So like the smell of books, and she really liked encyclopedias. So because she, you know, you could never afford them. They were very expensive when we were growing up. To buy like an encyclopedia, brand new, it's probably like $200 or something, you know, for they're like hardcover hard books, and they had like tons of like colored pictures in them. So still to this day, she really likes like encyclopedia. She's kind of like a little bit of a boomer with that stuff. Like, she's still not over that. She's really into, you know, hard copy stuff, and it is. I do find it cute. Like, you know. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but that is one thing. Encyclopedias. Dude, remember when Guinness Book of World Records was like kind of a hot intellectual property? Like, People are looking forward to the next year's Guinness Book of World Records. I remember I used to get them at Costco. My mom would buy them. Or you like. You Asian ethnicity, by the way? I am half, yeah. Half, I mean, like Polynesian and then white. So I don't know if you really consider that Asian. They're basically like. I don't know. I don't want to say budget Asians. It's just you're kind of Asian, but you're also kind of Spanish, and you're kind of just like island peoples. Your eyes are slanted. Blockbuster, mandatory skiing. Never heard those two going together. Yeah, it is kind of wild thinking about it. There was mandatory skiing and snowboarding. And I never did it. I love games. Big one, cheat code books. Oh yeah. Code, yup. I mean, yeah, Prima's official strategy guides. That's probably the equivalent to the encyclopedia. Were you guys the same way? Did you like actually having those strategy guides and reading them? Like kind of getting into it. I enjoyed it actually. Now having one game you're really into and then buying the strategy guide for it. I remember there was a Diablo strategy guide. It was for D2. It was black and white. Didn't even have color images in it. But it had the Diablo logo on it. I remember reading that a lot. I like going to that section in bookstores and reading them. I remember buying those sick DBZ magazines from my local Blockbuster as a kid. So the other day I was in San Diego for a pickleball tournament. San Diego Golden Ticket qualifier. So I'm over by SeaWorld, San Diego, if you guys have ever been. My hotel is right there. And they have this gigantic flea market, or like swap meet, or whatever you call it. Like where people set up little tents, and they sell stuff. So I'm walking over there, and it costs $1 to enter. The weirdest thing ever. You stand in line for like 10-15 minutes, and you pay $1 to enter this thing. And they have all types of different shops. And first thing I did, walked in and I found this like, Mexican dude. And he set up like a gaming booth. And he had all these old school systems and he cleaned them up so nice. Like I could tell he probably doesn't even make a lot of money doing that at all. Like he's definitely putting in a little more effort than the money he's getting from it. So he had a Sega Game Gear in immaculate condition. Immaculate. Like it looked brand new. Like the plastic was cleaned. It kind of had that kind of like shiny veneer to the plastic on it because he clearly just like super wiped it down. I'm looking at it, like the D-pad has like nothing, no gunk in it or anything like that. All the stickers intact. It was in immaculate condition. Sega Game Gear. And I asked him, I was like, how much is it? And he's like, oh, $70. And I already thought that was an amazing deal. Like $70 for this like ancient system. It's in amazing condition. He's like, and I'll throw in a game for you, anything you want. And I was like, whoa, man, like there's no way this guy's making money off that. So I looked through all the games. All the games are super cleaned up too. And he had all the games. He had like Sonic 1. There was also Sonic 2, like Sonic and Knuckles or whatever. And he also had Mortal Kombat. All the games in immaculate condition. Like they weren't even sun weathered. You know how the labels can get blanched over time? So I picked out Mortal Kombat and then I bought Sonic 2. I don't know if it's a mistake. Maybe Sonic 1 would have been better. But I think I probably overall spent like 80, 90 bucks or something. That was the first thing I did at this market. And it was an awesome deal. And I was just like, it was a vibe. It's a color screen. And that Sega Game Gear actually runs off batteries. Because I asked him, I was like, oh, is there a charger for it? And he's like, no, there's batteries. I'll give you the batteries for free. Don't worry, man. I just put fresh batteries in there. And it reminded me, like, oh yeah, they do run on batteries, because I remember I had a buddy who used to have that, like, Skid Uni, and it would chew through the batteries like crazy. It didn't have much of a battery life. Anyway, that was the first thing. It was awesome too. Like all of his, like, all the collection of games and stuff. Like he had a Dreamcast, he had all these kind of exotic games and stuff. And then dude, where are we going with this? There's another thing I did there. Yeah, he did have Pokemon Red and Pokemon. All those strategy guides. Oh, I remember what it was. Okay, so they had like a bookstore part of this flea market, right? I'm just combing through everything, seeing things. And I see a complete set of Rurouni Kenshin. Does anyone remember that? They had like another name for it. Like a more Western name of it. It was like a samurai, kind of corny anime from, I don't even know when. It must have been like the early 2000s. And there was a show for it and everything like that. Someone, yeah, red outfit. But dude, it was such a nostalgic trip, because I remember my buddy Chris read those, and like I would see him at his house, and like I would pick them up. It was just a complete set, and I'm just combing through this like manga, right? And it was like a time capsule to me. Like everything's black and white in this manga, like it's not even colored. Not Samurai Champloo, that's another one. Rurouni Kenshin, yeah, Rurouni Kenshin. There was, hold on, type it in. There's another name for it too. Oh, it was called Devious Batosai. Whoa, Rurouni Kenshin 2023. They like brought it back or something. Rurouni Kenshin, Japanese by Nobu Atsuki. Yeah. Wasn't like huge into anime and manga, but like I definitely had my arc. Watched it on Toonami with Inuyasha. Oh yeah, that's it. Inuyasha. Right? Oh yeah. I remember I was at football camp. There's a football camp, sleepaway football camp, Elizabeth, New Jersey. It's kind of in the middle, and they'll go across the GW Bridge in New York. You're basically in New Jersey, and you go for a little bit, and there's like a huge IKEA. It was right next to the IKEA on the West Coast. Probably know exactly where I'm. It is sleepaway football camp. Go there. I went there for a couple years, and you know, you're there for a long time. Like you're there for like, I want to say it's like a month or something. And there's dorms. Like it was kind of crazy. Like I was in middle school. Yeah, I must have been in middle school. Like it's like 7th grade or something. But that was the camp where they had like a computer lab, and they were playing CS 1.6 in the computer lab. And that was my first like introduction to Counter-Strike. But in the dorm rooms, I remember a kid had a external hard drive, and he had Naruto, the anime, season 1. And I was watching it in his dorm room, and I was getting really into it. And I was like, "Yo, can I like borrow that? Like, can I go watch that?" So he gave me his external hard drive, and that's like when I first learned about like Naruto and all that. And then it you know, turned into like learning about Bleach season 1 and all that. But that was just a little nostalgic thing. You know, I got into it heavy for a bit. I visited my first IKEA a week ago. It was a lucid dream. Yeah. Love that berry sauce. I was a broke college student, and IKEA was. I would go there for I would just go there for the food. God, I'd go there for the food. I was in Philly. Some of you guys are from Philly know just the one I'm talking about. Right by the water, right near the airport. Right by Columbus Boulevard. Go there. Get like 3 plates of meatballs, lingonberry sauce, mashed potato. Easy clap. Swedish meatball is so good for the price. Yeah. The new Bleach that's been coming out on Hulu has been rad as hell. 1,000 Year Before. Really? I just know season 1 Bleach was a vibe. Real good. Season 1 Naruto. I mean, everything just season 1. Season 1's always the best. I was in my trailer the other day, like just like working on some stuff. It was when I was still renovating the trailer, like my copy trailer. So I actually have Wi-Fi in my trailer, and I have a little TV in there like mounted, and I'll just have stuff playing, right? The Walking Dead season 1 just came on randomly. Yo, I forgot how good it was. Like, what? You guys know Walking Dead, like the zombie show? It went downhill in the later seasons, but season 1 was kind of insanely good, man. So I ended up just watching that whole season. Walking Dead. Sure. Yo, if you guys had the opportunity where you could just take an entire year off from life right now, and you were isolated by yourself in a room, you know, and you had internet and whatever, right? Like, would you do it? You have to pause everything. You wouldn't see a single other human being for 1 year. But you basically have like a year to yourself to do whatever you want. Do it. You're basically in prison. You can't let me think about this. You're on house arrest. You can't leave your house, but you can still walk around your house, like go into the backyard. Kitchen. 1 year. But you wouldn't have to worry about money, you wouldn't have to worry about anything. You could literally just do exactly what you want to do. And time all stops. Time stops. So you don't miss any milestones of your kids. So you're pretty much, life is paused. And then when the year is over, it unpauses. So imagine you can get a controller right now and hit pause. Everything stops. Everything gets frozen. And you get 1 year off. Get a nursing degree license? No, you can't do any of that. Pretty much you just, you know, get to learn stuff on your own and rewatch old shows, get your mind right. What would you do, play WoW? Yeah, like, okay, let's say in this hypothetical you can't even play WoW with other people. It would have to be just playing on a 112 Lights Hope Mango score thing that you would just boot up yourself and you solo. Oh, Lakota Mani. I need this guy. No. I'm making it sound worse and worse. Yokarg, what is the go-to pet for leveling? I'm 39 now. Can't get broken to. At 39, bro, get a blacked out carrion bird in Desolus. You can get a blacked out carrion bird, fully murdered out. Looks just like the ones in Deadwind Pass. And has the new rank of Screech. It looks pretty cool. That's one option. That is option. So many books. This time in the chat, Nietzscheraldo. Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here, my friend. For sure, maybe married man, that kid. It would seem kind of tempting to me. I think I would actually do it. I would do it. Because the key thing is everything would pause. You wouldn't miss any kids' milestones. You'd have a year just to get your mind right. To just like learn, to make peace with, go back, rewatch everything. You know, just have time to yourself to learn and think, reflect. And then when you're ready, you unpause life. You're back in there. You're locked in again. Or any new media that you love? That's a great question. Because you're right. Like, I mean, there's new music that I've felt inspired by. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any movies or like shows or anything I really like. I don't know, man. Not really. What about you guys? That's the thing about getting older, I think, too. I think it gets harder to... You can like things, but to love it... It's... Yeah, have you guys ever grow up and, like, your dad didn't watch movies that much? Did anybody have that experience? Yo, Tycho, thank you much for the prime. Like, where your dad didn't watch that many, like, fiction... Or, not for fiction. Yeah, you know, like science fiction movies, or you know, your dad would watch it for a little bit, but he'd just get bored and walk away, whatever. I feel like it's a somewhat common experience. It's because just now we know why. Like, life is just hard. Like, your mind is always on things. Like, you know, you probably was a small business owner or something, worried about like 10 other things, right? Fighting like 10 internal battles. Like, there's no room or desire really to like fall in love with like a fake piece of media. Like, you're just trying to grind, you're trying to get back to work, you're trying to, you know, it's harder to suspend reality and love stuff and get into stuff. It's a good question. I don't know if there's that I've really like fall. What about you guys though? Is there anything that's just that is really amazing? Only thing I can think of, corny as it is really just my kids. That's one of the only things that's really changed my brain. Where, you know, it makes you feel different. Like, it makes you actually feel like the fundamental shift of who you are, like how your brain works, how you operate, like your value system. Like, it is really fun, awesome being a dad. Like, I really mean. It makes you a better person. It makes you like less selfish. It just like brings the best out of you. It seems unrelated to your media question, but when I look back on life in the last couple, there's a lot of things I've liked to do. A lot of been enjoyable things like vacations and new places, new restaurants, food, things I've tried. It's all been enjoyable on a surface level, but like. Yeah, I don't know. Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho. I remember that. Yu Yu Hakusho. Black Dragon Scale 3 plus Devil's Heart. Is it craftable? I think it can be actually. Yeah, it depends. Like, if it's cheap on the auction house and like, you know, you're in a pinch and you need to increase in power level pretty fast and like play catch up or something, it can be worth it to like just buy that dragon scale set. There's been a server in the past where, you know, I've purchased that stuff because it just has like decent raw stats on it too. I don't know if I've ever combined it with Devil Sword, but it can be. Mr. Green, full backpack. Oh, Jarvis, appreciate you uploading back your old videos. That was my editor, Vincent. Yeah, my mod. Well, yeah, mod. Oh, I just got broken. Grats, dude. You got broken. Yo, I just got a cracked bill and a broken wishbone. Broken wishbone. Yeah. Why we gotta be so old, chat? Be so old, man. 40 kind of feels like you lived like 3 lifetimes. Like, when you look back at your childhood, middle school, elementary school, does that not feel like a lifetime ago? It's weird, man. It feels like a lifetime ago, but it also feels like yesterday. Crazy, man. Crazy. Craziness. Madness. Madness. Life, yeah. It's really weird. Like, I said this on stream maybe a couple weeks ago, but think about yourselves, guys. When you were in, you guys remember 5th grade. I'm going to be conservative. You remember 5th grade. I don't know what they call it in Europe. It's called 5th grade, or they call it something else. 5th grade, you're probably 10? 9? 9. You think about how you interacted with the other kids, right? What kind of music you were listening to, your nature as a person. Were you rebellious? Were you good at school? Whatever. Can you still see yourself now? Or can you still see your 4th grade or 5th grade self in yourself now? It's weird, right? Like, I feel in some ways no, but in some ways yes. Your class is already set, dude. You're, you know, whether or not you're going to be like a rebellious type of kid and, like, you know, have issues with authority, or you know, if you're going to be a good student, or, you know, how you select friends, if you're getting bullied, if you're bullying people, if you're good at sports. Like, I feel like it's all kind of like set already, like at that young age. So much time has passed, and obviously, like, we're very different. I still feel like fundamentally very similar. Coffee venture, your first business? Oh man, I've had a lot of businesses. A lot of businesses. Some have been pretty decently successful, but if I was really that good at business, I'd be set forever already, you know, like with everything I've done. So I still haven't achieved the level of success that I want to achieve. I've had a lot of businesses, man. Over the years. My first one was when I was 14. 14, I started a tennis racket stringing business. Bought a tennis racket stringer, put it in my basement. Like I said, I was a really independent kid, so like I actually was like pleading my parents, like, can I just go like live in the basement? I want to have my own space that has its own. There was like a fridge down there. It was like almost like a little apartment down in my basement. I moved my room down there, and the main thing that was crazy is I had a sliding door in the basement. It was like a little bit up from my basement, so like there was a basement and then a den of it. So I could walk up into the den, sliding door, and leave my house at night. So I could already like kind of like my house. Just turn off the AT&T alarm system here. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but like I was pretty independent, and that was my first business. Just stringing tennis rackets. I was always really into tennis. That was always like a big thing. Even if I would be, you know, not doing well in school, or maybe getting mixed up with the wrong crowd or whatever, tennis was always like a source of, you know, like positivity in my life. You're playing tennis and you're at a tennis club, and you're you know, interfacing with all like the well-to-do families and well-to-do kids and all that. Like it feels very like upscale. It feels like everything is like, it's always been a very positive force for me. Racket sports. So no matter what goes on during the week, weekends you would do a round robin or a mixer, a tournament, STA event, something. And then my next business after that, pizza box advertising business. Started that when I was 17. So I went to my local pizzeria right next to my house, Villa Maria Pizza. pitched them the idea of, yeah, I'll give you free boxes. Of course, they were cool with it. Boxes. Pizza place. They were stoked. They just had generic pizza box with like a fat Italian guy on it, a little clip art, said hot, fresh Italian pizza. So went around to all the businesses around the pizzeria, got them to advertise on the pizza box. So I had like little perforated tear out coupons on the top of the pizza box. So like, you know, I'd go around to all the businesses around the pizzeria and convince them to advertise on the pizza box. They'd pay anywhere from $3.50, that was the smallest ad, to I had like one like flagship sponsor ad right in the middle of the pizza box. So it was like the biggest coupon right in the middle of the group. I remember my first guy who signed up for it, super rich guy, he Dora Lawn Care. He had, you know, 100+ clients, nice homes, multi-million-dollar homes, suburbs of city, right? Doing all the landscaping and maintenance. He bought my like middle slot. I think I was charging like $700 spot. Just kept it going. So I had one pizzeria and two pizzerias. Started growing that, and that turned into like basically like a marketing agency. Because what happened is like I talked with all these small business owners, and in their mind I'm like this young kid that knows about computers and making graphic arts and stuff like that, you know, like using the Adobe stuff. Like these small business owners had no clue, tech savvy, so like they would ask me to make them flyers or signage or whatever. So that's what I did, and then I pretty much did that for a while until about sophomore year, and then I kind of let the business go to shit because I was just too busy in my college life. Playing a lot of Dota, actually. Got into the Dota beta, Dota 2 beta. Anybody play the Dota 2 beta? Oh yeah, I remember I paid to get into the Dota 2 beta. My friends had the plug. They were like, "Yo, if we pay like $150, we can get beta." I was really early into it. Basically, stopped doing that business because of Dota 2. Hopefully your company makes a trip to the East Bay for some pickleball. Yo, absolutely. Absolutely, man. 100%. I've been going out to Alameda Hub, the hub in Alameda. Been there a couple times now. It's nice. When it rains, I make a trip over there. So I'm hoping to do like some catering and event. Yo, what's up, Kashima? How you doing? Do you think hardcore is a good way to learn classes? I've went through my whole life in classes. Other specs, but not on a PvP level. Yeah, totally, man. 100%. I mean, I think like what you're talking about right there is playing casually. When you're just like trying new classes and stuff, like that's just playing casually, just learning. And hardcore is like really good for like casual play. It feels like you're doing something important and something that's worth your time. Just like playing casually and leveling up. But yeah, the coffee venture, definitely not my first business, but it's honestly one of the most enjoyable ones so far. Like it's really enjoyable. It's very satisfying. You ever go to FAO Schwartz when they were kids? Good memories? Oh yeah. Yep. FAO Schwartz. Oh yeah, you know, they just reopened it. Like they closed it down and now they're like resuscitating the IP back. I was in New York last time. There's a huge line to go to FAO Schwartz right by Rockefeller Center. That was like their main one, the first one. So I might wind down now. Sleep. About 12:30. I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. Hope you guys have enjoyed the vibes. Hope it's been. Oh yo, this guy okay? Oh, Lakota Money. Oh man. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the vibes. If you have, you know, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. One night talking about. Appreciate it, guys. Oh, Ren Cognito's online. She was in here before. Let's host her. Cognito. See you guys tomorrow. I'll make a video or I'll stream tomorrow. I'll do something. Trying to do a little something every day, even if it's just stream for a couple hours or. See you soon.